Every single update for Modern Warfare 3, and frankly any game before it, will bring along progressive builds of what's still to come in the future, just hidden beneath the surface level of what players can normally see. Season 2 Reloaded for Modern Warfare 3 is no different, and today we're taking a look at the leaks here that you can expect in the upcoming weeks to months as we gear up for Season 3 and beyond. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below, do me a huge favor and hit that like button if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe for more FPS coverage. I'd love to have you in the community. For now, let's take a look at these leaks for Season 3 and beyond in Modern Warfare 3. So first things first, we gotta talk disclaimers as we do with every leak video. Number one, I unfortunately can't show any of the content here on screen that's been leaked since it's still unreleased and thus intellectual property of Activision, Sledgehammer, and any studio working on the product. A lot of the times the content isn't taken down, so I'll link it down below where possible, but just for safety's sake, I don't feature this stuff in videos, so just a heads up. And number two, the content seen today is from a snapshot in time. All things are again seen from when the update went out. Timetables can easily change, items can be cut or pushed back. We don't know the circumstances and things for certain until they are announced and released, but everything seen in this update and discussed does appear to be coming to the game as the time of the Season 2 Reloaded update. But that said, let's jump into it. First, we want to start out with the big thing here that's probably going to be a key focal point for a lot of people, and then we'll make our way back into a more focused like multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone discussion. First though, Rebirth Island loading screens and icons were found in this updated version. Again, cannot put the image on screen unfortunately, but I'll link it down there below if applicable, if it's still up as the time of this video going live. But we do see some alterations to the map here. There's some adjustments in the lighting, it seems like, still bright. There's some color and fresh paint on buildings, but there's also a little bit of stuff that there's a new warehouse building, a small rectangular building, kind of like those little Coney Group container buildings you see around Urzikstan. But one of those is where the power transformers were in between harbor and chemical engineering. So while we only get a look at one side of the map based off this loading screen image, we can see that some adjustments have been made here. So I'm not expecting this to be super altered, but at the same time, I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a few smaller changes like this around the map as well. We also don't know if that entire reinforced sector of the map will be there at launch, because in Vanguard's year of support, Rebirth gained that entire security area portion in the southwestern portion of the island. Honestly, I like that addition. I'd be all for it if it came back, but we don't know. Now, as for a timetable of release, nothing has been said officially. There's not really a whole ton of stuff pointing to one specific date just yet, whether it's Season 3, Season 3 Reloaded, Season 4. But if I'm guessing, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Season 3 thing. I still think that we have a bit of things to juggle in regards to key items coming back to Warzone, with Warzone ranked on Urzikstan, and then Rebirth Island as well. When you think about it, we have 4 seasons left, right? But you also have to consider the rest of the COD space and marketing for the calendar year here. Season 4, we usually see, at least historically speaking, a game reveal for the next COD title, an event of some kind in Warzone that's that marquee marketed item. Season 5, we don't usually see a ton of content in regards to major, massive additions here, because that's when multiplayer reveals, the betas start happening, and everything for that next COD title. And then Season 6, that's usually when the next game is launched in that time frame. There's a crossover period. So again, you don't see a whole ton of stuff added that is like massive scale, because it'd be irrelevant within a few weeks. So Season 3 is the last like solely Modern Warfare 3 focused period of the calendar year for the Call of Duty franchise, so I'm wondering if we get both of these upcoming this season. I certainly wouldn't be complaining, of course, but I'm curious to see how this will all break down. Now that's Rebirth, of course, we did know that was coming, but might be a little bit closer than we anticipated. However, now jumping over to the multiplayer side, getting into a more sort of structured discussion on the content upcoming. Multiplayer followed by zombies and a little bit of Warzone. Multiplayer, we know of a couple of perks here. The ninja gloves and pistol vest were introduced with this update. I honestly couldn't tell you what ninja gloves could be. I mean, you have your covert sneakers and stuff that acts as a ninja perk, but I mean, is this going to be something where it's just an alternative where you have the ability to have those same effects but not in a boot category? Or is it going to be something that makes it like silent weapon swapping? If that was the case, I could only see that really being useful in like search and destroy 1v1s or something like that, or like a very close quarters final circle in Warzone or something. I don't know, but that one's a little weird. The pistol vest, my best guess might be this is something like Mule Kick, a level of a vest where you have a third weapon as a pistol slot always. Kind of like overkill, but you don't sacrifice a pistol. Not entirely sure. There's literally no details though, so it's all guesswork. But that's on top of the known Dauntless boots that were again leaked from Season 2's update. I'm thinking those will act like Dauntless and Vanguard, making players immune to movement, reducing things, and reducing burn effects. Then we also know of aftermarket parts. There's a handful of these here. But the interesting part is that they're going to have aftermarket parts apparently for Modern Warfare 2 weapons. The M4 was apparently one that had an aftermarket part in the game files as well. So we'll see what comes of that. I mean, we are getting to the point where we have a ton of Modern Warfare 3 weapons with aftermarket parts already, but I guess that might be the next logical thing here to plan in the future if you're not trying to double up and have multiple aftermarket parts for Modern Warfare 3 weapons, but interesting no less. Season 3 operators, we of course had doubling down on Cheech and Chong, Devin Booker, and Snoop Dogg again for the third or fourth time now at this point, but that's on top of the already known Season 3 operators of Lambda and Kappa, those only being code names, so those likely not being the names they appear as actually in-game. Now, there's nothing new on the weapon side of things from what I've seen just yet, but we have seen previously leaked the compound bow, MP9 machine pistol, ball assault rifle, and the Moores sniper rifle for Season 3 upcoming. Now, jumping over to the zombie side of things, there's actually a decent number of things in quantity, but they also are kind of smaller in scale and also a little bit weird for how they work out. There are new Warlord schematics of the beret, mask, vest, and mod, so not entirely sure what those are. There are Rift gate keys of crayon, journal, laptop, all of which having an attuned variation as well. There appears to be, as of the game files, at least 6 acts before the release of COD 2024 and the completion here of Modern Warfare 3's Year of Support, which means that we, in theory, should be getting more here with, like, every season, right? I mean, the initial introduction, how we saw Act 4 introduced, was that we had one in regards to a main launch and then a seasonal update introducing more on top of that Act 4. So if they do that same sort of approach to launching stuff, we'd have to do something every single season, unless you do it a little quicker. Season 3 would have to be Act 5, Season 4 would have to be Act 5's expansion, Season 5 would have to be Act 6, and then Season 6 would have to be that Act 6 finale leading directly in to Black Ops, Gulf War, and Treyarch Zombies here. So we'll see if that works out. Again, maybe it is something they just do it on a tighter time frame. Maybe we have a season launch and a Reloaded update bringing both halves of those acts, and we have an off season in between there, but we'll have to wait and see. And finally, for zombies, a new zombies map or area was found in the code. Now, if I'm guessing, I wouldn't get too far ahead of myself here. I wouldn't think this is anything like a sort of round-based map or anything like that. We've seen that Treyarch was taken off the lead here shortly after the launch for them to get ready and all hands on for Treyarch Zombies and Gulf War. So I'm not getting my hopes too high on this. My guess is this is just another Rift location. I forget off the top of my head which one it was, but one of the main leakers here within the community that does do this data mining suggests that it might be Zarqwa Hydroelectric, which makes sense because we did just see Said City's Mall also a part of this. So it might be something that's the sort of new referenced point here, but we'll have to wait and see. And then finally, Warzone, we have a little bit of stuff in regards to details, but not a whole ton. Again, we don't have anything like a new map leak beyond Rebirth Island. We don't have anything in regards to like a new opening bunker set in Urzikstan just yet, but there has been leaked the Warzone Mobile Day 1 rewards, which will give you a skin, a blueprint, and a few other things here by completing challenges. And also, I'm pretty sure there's variations here of this that if you're pre-registered for Warzone Mobile, you get those as soon as the game launches as well. So a couple of things here with that. Other content that was mentioned were field upgrades of Utility Drop and Squad Rage. I don't really know how to read too far into that to give too much details. Again, those were just kind of, hey, these are there type of things. Squad Rage might just be Battle Rage, but as a full squad, which could be incredibly broken if that comes to like Warzone or something like that, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, beyond all of that, that's what we know. Again, we don't know of anything more about like multiplayer maps for Modern Warfare 3. So the last officially confirmed statement we had was 3 new maps with Season 1 and 3 for Season 2, with at least 12 total on the year. So where we go from here, we don't know. I'm not necessarily expecting 3 brand new maps in Season 3, just by the wording that it wasn't guaranteed past Season 2. But I'd be cool with that. I also think we might see like 2 originals and then multiple remasters, similar to what we just had with DOS House Remastered. So could be the case, could not be. But anyways, that is the Season 2 Reloaded leaks for Season 3 and beyond. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of these here? Is there anything in particular that stands out to you? Anything that you're excited for? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing getting all things Modern Warfare 3 and a ton of other FPS content. X-Defiant, Gray Zone Warfare, The Finals, Delta Force, Hawk Ops, a ton of stuff here that I'm excited to keep branching out with you guys. Truly appreciate the support on the different content here on the channel. It means the world, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying that as well. But if you're new, subscribe for any of that. I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.